Hello, I'm Richard Lowe, and this is the Leaders and Their Stories podcast. I'm the writing king and ghostwriting guru, and I'm here with Dr. Jeffrey E Berger, who's going to talk about blockchain and all kinds of other fascinating things. So, Jeffrey, if you could introduce yourself and then introduce the subject.
Sure. Thanks, Richard. So I'm Dr. Jeffrey E Berger. I am the CEO and founder of Abundance and Optimum Wellness, where I believe we all should be living a life of abundance and optimum wellness, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. As a certified holistic coach today, I'm taking a finance first approach to achieving all-encompassing personal well-being by embracing new ways to true wealth in the modern world. I believe by exploring diverse paths opens the door to true wealth in every sense. And as a global ambassador to an innovative, high-tech company that is revolutionizing the future in technologies of today, such as real estate, financial, education, AI, and metaverse, just to list a few, I'm deeply committed to empowering individuals and communities worldwide. My
Well,
mission really, my
sorry.
mission really, no, that's okay. My mission really goes beyond the business aspect of it by providing global minded entrepreneurs and individuals, especially the individuals, with new ways to true wealth in the modern world so they can circumvent the system and go from financial fatigue to financial freedom. And it's really about creating the opportunities, providing the access, and building more inclusive and supportive digital world where everyone, and I say everyone, stressing that, has a chance to thrive.
I would say you have that pretty well wired.
Thank you.
All right. So you mentioned when we talked before the show about blockchain. How does blockchain fit into all this?
So, blockchain is really a new technology that is revolutionizing the world today. We're in a paradigm shift in regards to technology. And when I talk with people, I talk to them about, I'm an ex software engineer. And when I started with computers, I had to have a floppy disk to boot up my computer. Well, that's obsolete. That's archaic. That's, ancient. Today, computers are ruling the world. And with AI in the forefront, it's really changing the paradigm on how we are looking at the technologies of today that are being developed and changing the world in 3 to 5 to 10 years in the future and beyond, because those of us that are in the know today are really benefiting from the benefits of it from really starting to learn. And I'll give you a prime example of this. And I talk with many people with regards to my own experiences. Being a software engineer in 2009, I was approached to purchase 500 Bitcoin at 0.0017 cents, which was an 85-cent investment back in 2009. My response was, sounds like a scam.
Same as everybody else.
Right. So in hindsight, I've evolved, I've opened up, and today I'm really embracing the technologies of today that are really changing the world. And it has drastically changed my financial outcome today, and it will be, absolutely improved over the next several years as the projects that I'm involved with, the projects that I'm in, introducing people to really open up their mind to thinking just a little bit different and stepping out into their comfort zone to getting educated to see if it's a good fit for them. If it is, great. If it isn't, okay, great too.
Can you give a 2-sentence description of what blockchain is?
Blockchain is a new technology where it is allowing for more transparency for transactions on the internet and accountability and security. This is a way of moving forward to where it will allow individuals or companies to circumvent the aspect of fraudulent transactions.
So my understanding is like for financial transactions, blockchain combined with smart contracts and things like that can eliminate or reduce the need for a third party such as a bank in the middle.
Absolutely. And you say eliminate or reduce. So right now it's more on the eliminate, or I'll say reduce, because eliminate, there are still scams out there, but the technology is getting smarter to catching those scams more today than before, because my first venture in this whole paradigm shift, I lost over $125,000 in a portfolio that was a scam. But again, you learned, for me personally, it's about learning the ins and outs and what to look for. And I am connected with the, industry experts, if you will, to kind of guide me along those avenues, because this is the way of the future. It is happening now. people kind of reject it, but it is the future. And if you don't embrace it now, you're going to be left behind.
Yeah. Yeah. I was reading an example. Well, I wrote a book that had an example of blockchain and smart contracts. I won't use the exact example but let's say you're doing real estate. The smart contract could handle all the complex transactions that are involved in the real estate, such as making sure the contract's signed, making sure that you've got inspectors who are arriving on time, and all the other things that are now handled by dozens and dozens of individual people and frequently get lost or take time. This handles it all pretty much automatically. Once you define the contract, it becomes automatic.
Right, and that's very true. And what I love about the program that I'm in is that all of that is really left to the company and the entities that they have signed contracts with. My whole thing is that I've invested in NFTs,
Right.
and they do all the handling behind the scenes. I don't have to deal with that. It's their responsibility. And that's what I really, really embraced when I looked at this business model. I mean, there's a lot of business models out there, but this is what I loved about this particular business model, that we didn't have to deal with the headaches in regards to management and all that goes along with managing property, so forth and so on.
Yeah, much the same way APIs mask what's on the other side.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So an NFT, my understanding of NFTs is that it's a way to show ownership of something. It could be a physical thing. It could be a digital thing. So there's these paintings that are digital that have
Yeah.
NFTs. Really what it does is says this person owns this. And then you can use a smart contract to say who gets royalties and all kinds of things like that. So it's actually pretty cool. And it's much deeper than what we hear on the news, which is, oh my God, this guy made $40 million from this piece of crap painting, digital painting.
Exactly. And I think but the difference that sets us apart from other types of NFTs out there is that there's a lot of NFTs that are out in the crypto world that are non-tangible. You can't touch them. Our products and services, from NFTs to tokens to coins, they're all backed by real world assets. And that's becoming a really big buzzword. So each of our NFTs are backed by a certain percentage of ownership to a real estate piece of property. Or our tokens are backed by a system or an ecosystem that is owned and accredited by Microsoft, Amazon Web Services, and Amazon. And we have currently over 200 schools that are enrolled in the metaverse system, and a little over 500,000 that are actually participating in it, with our objective and goal by 2019 excuse me, 2029 is to hit 8.5 million users. So these are real world asset that is backed by cryptocurrency products and services, which is a huge thing. And this is a paradigm shift that is happening now, before there was nothing tangible with regards to cryptocurrency.
And I've actually written books on this subject, several books, ghostwritten several books on this subject. So I'm a little more knowledgeable on it than a layman.
Right.
These weren't technical books. They're books aimed at regular people or leaders.
Yeah,
So they explained all of the stuff in human terms,
exactly.
which is important because this stuff is complex and then inside and the way it works. Like the thing I just described with real estate actually is quite complicated. And as you said, you hide that from your end user to a certain extent, which is a good thing.
Exactly. Exactly. They just basically they're taking a chunk of money, putting it over here, and then it grows behind the scenes. And what I love about what I'm doing right now is that I'm really connected. My wealth coach is a self-made millionaire at 27 years old in the traditional real estate space.
Hmm.
So I'm getting really some amazing nuggets of knowledge from him. And he has actually incorporated this real estate digital tokenization into his current business model. And he's been with the company since its inception in 2019. And he's built an 8-figure portfolio on top of his other portfolios that he has through traditional real estate, which is pretty amazing.
Interesting. So there's money here, but not in the way the newspaper portrays it. It's not going out and grabbing something. It's
Exactly.
not the new glamour, sexy thing. It's actually more like real business.
Right. No, that's absolutely correct. And actually, when I was introduced to this concept in 2022, Because for me personally, I lost over 900,000 in the stock market because of my portfolio, because I was investing in high tech industries, and that's another story for another show. But lost that kind of money between 9/11 and 2008 with the real estate crash, and then to regain that back the traditional way was pretty much impossible. And being able to be open to stepping into my uncomfortable zone and looking at what is happening today that's going to change the future, I embrace that. And that's part of what this whole talk is about, really stepping into embracing your uncomfortable zone, to getting out there and learning. Because my belief is personally is that we've been put in boxes to trust a system. Well, we're living in broken and corrupt systems that are geared for the minority, those who create them, and the masses below who are investing in them are losing out. And going from a centralized to a decentralized system is really taking the power and the control away from the centralized authorities and bringing it over, so we get to have that chance of having more control over our future.
Right, right. That's the whole concept behind the metaverse and blockchain and everything, is to
Exactly.
decentralize. And actually, that's the way the internet was originally designed, was as decentralized. Because I was back there then too, and I used punch cards to load computers, not even floppy disks,
I did too.
and
So we're
and
going way back.
paper tape. Yeah, oh yeah. And machines took up the whole size of a room for something that
Exactly. Yeah, my whole thing started at the University of Buffalo with those punch cards. Boom, boom.
I was at a college and we used a big old PDP 1145 that took up half a room, and a 5 megabyte disk drive was the size of a washing machine. Megabyte, not gigabyte, not terabyte, megabyte.
Oh, yeah, I remember those days. Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, well, fascinating. You have a book, you said, an ebook. Why don't you talk about
Yes,
that?
I do have an ebook. It's titled A Beginner's Guide to Unlocking a Global Pioneering Opportunity. And it's a free ebook for individuals who really want to step into the space of blockchain technology. It talks about blockchain, it talks about tokenization and cryptocurrency. So it kind of lays the foundation for individuals to start getting educated, because unfortunately, we've been living in a world where we see in mainstream media, don't get involved with blockchain technology, don't get involved with Bitcoin, don't get involved with cryptocurrency. Everything's a scam. And unfortunately, we've been fed a dish of poop, if you will. And the bottom line is that these industries are behind our back. They're buying Bitcoin, they're buying crypto, they're creating their own coins. And I'm talking about JP Morgan, BlackRock, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, so forth and so on.
The U.S. government now.
Well, in the U.S. government, that is very true. But I will say the previous, and this is my experience, my personal experience, really introducing this concept of digital currency and real estate tokenization. The last 2 years were very, very difficult because the previous administration did not embrace the world of blockchain and what it has to offer and what it is going to offer in the future. This current administration embraces that, because they do know that this is going to be a massive paradigm shift for those that want to participate in it, especially with the AI, the $500 billion AI Stargate merger with ChatGPT and Oracle and
Right.
the Japanese company, because they want to be in the forefront from an American perspective. And one of our main projects is an AI. It's an educational tech AI metaverse platform that is really introducing education on AI metaverse, is introducing a business day, which is a virtual real estate component. And then there are 3 other continents, we call them, that are being developed over the next several years. They're going to be rolling out. And this is all backed and accredited by Microsoft, Amazon Web Services, who have invested tons of money into this technology.
I know, I know. Well, we're just about out of time. Is there anything you'd like to leave our listeners with?
The nugget that I would love to leave your listeners is to really be open to being receptive to learning about things that you don't know, especially around blockchain and the technologies that are being developed today. It can be overwhelming at times, but you take baby steps and you learn as you go, because those who are getting involved and learning and getting educated now are going to be better off in 3 to 5 to 10 years, because you're going to wake up one day and all of a sudden everything is going to be digital. And blockchain is the platform that is going to be running the world as we see it in the future. And what we're doing today is going to be totally obsolete.
Yep. Yep. I kind of look at it like the smartphone. Just 20 years ago, it was a
Yeah,
joke, and now it's everywhere. And the same way here. Jump in, I mean, obviously don't bet the farm on it, but do what you need to do. Well, okay.
right.
How can our listeners get hold of you?
So it's really easy. My name is Jeffrey E Berger. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I'm on YouTube, and I have a website. I'm on LinkedIn, and just look for Jeffrey E Berger and look for the bald headed dude. And it's either Jeffrey.E.Berger or Jeffrey E.Berger. Just look for Jeffrey E Berger. If you do a Google search, I'm on the first 3 pages of everything that I'm involved with. And that is the best. And the other thing I would like to say, Richard, is that I do 5 webinars per month, really introducing people to this concept of the digital world and digital currency.
Right.
And it's really getting people getting their baby toes wet, kind of introducing them. And if they want to move on to the next step and get some more information, then I'm happy to have a Zoom call with them. And I always offer my free guide to unlocking the global pioneering opportunity, which you're actually going to provide the link in this interview series, so people to reach out and take a look at it. It's only 18 pages. It's a start, and
Sure.
take
Sure.
it from there.
All right. Well, thank you for appearing.
Thank you, Richard.
You're welcome. This has been Leaders and Their Stories podcast. I'm Richard Lowe, the owner of The Writing King and the Ghostwriting Guru. And thank you for appearing.
Thank you, everybody. See ya.